So I'm excited to tell you guys why I don't listen to music in the car anymore, or why I stopped listening to music in the car. And it wasn't a hard stop, meaning if I want to listen to music in the car, like I'll just turn it on if I want to, but most times I don't. And here's why. About probably, I would say 6 months so far, I haven't been listening to music in the car. And here's why. When I started my microdosing journey, I realized that the more often I was quiet, the more clarity I would get on situations, even if I wasn't trying to get clarity on a situation. And what sparked that was in hot yoga at the end, Shavasana, we're just quiet and you're still and all of the things. And just like information just comes to me, or like something that maybe was bothering me that I wasn't like, it wasn't at the forefront of my mind. I wasn't trying to figure it out, but I would just explore like what that like loop was or thought pattern was. And that was so much more easy for me to be aware of those thoughts, to see them come through, and then explore why I was thinking those thoughts. Now, I wanted to take that a step further. And so I would just be like another time to be quiet and just like not think, but just not listen to other noise to distract me from like going inward and my thought process was in the car. And I realized I wish I can remember like what came up, but I started to take inventory of my thoughts. Because with microdosing, I felt like my subconscious thoughts would come to the surface quicker. Like I was able to not literally see them, but they were just louder than they were before. And with that, with them being louder, like at the forefront, I can say, okay, I realize that I have this thought. I realize that this thought is not conducive to who I'm trying to become. So let me unpack, why did I feel this way? And then to start like asking deeper questions and then answering them to like get to that thing. If I ever was stuck, I would also always bring that to my therapist as well. That's just a general disclaimer. Sorry. And another general disclaimer is I personally don't recommend microdosing without support of integration, because if not, you're kind of just left holding the bag with all of these surface subconscious emotions and not knowing what is needed to integrate new behaviors to get the benefits of what microdosing does. Okay, there we go. Said, moving on. Now, I realized this in the car one day. I had a negative thought and it made me feel a way, but I don't know if you've ever felt this way. I had a thought, it made me feel a way, but I was already moving on to the next thought of things, not on purpose, just like kind of I wasn't in the driver's seat of my mind at that moment. Like I thought something, was thinking other things, like thoughts were just coming and like they graduate, right? Like, okay, you think about, maybe something that happened to you that day that bothered you that your partner did. And then you think about like, oh, a time that maybe happened before. And then you think about, oh my God, that one time in middle school. Oh, wow. And then I was at a cheer competition. Okay. And then like, it just takes you to like, I don't know, wherever. And even though the first thought about the thing that bothered you was the thing, and maybe you thought about something else similar to it, and now we're thinking about like what color hair you had in middle school. You know what I mean? Like nothing even in relation to that. Well, that thought had me feeling a way. And because I was trying to be conscious of my thoughts, I realized, wait, why do I feel yucky about this? Okay, what was I thinking about? And I started to actually talk out loud to myself and trace back the thoughts back to the first thought that I thought that had me feeling away. And I realized that talking to myself in the car out loud helped me more easily process those emotions, like just being super candid with exactly how I was feeling, saying them out loud, and then unpacking what was coming up from that thing allowed me to get clarity and kind of work through that like bad pattern and then notice it more quickly. So that's why I stopped listening to music in the car. I recommend that you try it and just see what comes up of it and realize how your mind will just wander and you're not actually in the driver's seat. Your mind's just going. But when you get into the driver's seat of your mind, as it wanders, when it does get to like a thread you should pull and explore, you'll notice that more quickly. And to me, in my opinion, like those are gold. Like whenever you find something that is an indication of what you should work on, literally it's gold. Work on that and just rinse, wash, repeat, and watch like the magnitude of your life change before your eyes. So it's a microdose of an episode today on microdosing, but also just like being quiet in the car. Tell me if you try it. Tell me how it goes for you. Tag me on Instagram, DM me. I love hearing from you guys, and that's all for today.